Okay, so welcome to a reflection video and our learnings from the Global Case Study Challenge. We are the Team Six. We're Alba, Dora, and me, Jelena. And unfortunately, Christine can't be here today because her laptop got stolen and she has no way to connect. The goal of this reflection is not only to describe what happened, but to analyze why it happened, what we learned, and what we'll maybe do different next time. And we will focus on the four areas of the assignment: the communication, conflict resolution, our task management, and overall collaboration effectiveness. And what we learned for us and out of the feedback we get and from the speakers we heard. Let's start with the communication. We mainly used Zoom for our meetings and WhatsApp for quick updates. And for shared documents, we use Canva for notes and content. And these channels gave us a basic structure and help us to respond fast to when someone is giving input. And still we had some moments of miscommunication, for example, different assumptions about the level of detail on a slide and who was responsible for updating a section, especially when it was close to a deadline and everybody was stressed. And yeah. In the manager debrief, Celine highlighted the importance of regular catch-ups and even adding one-to-one meetings, especially in remote teams, to really understand where the people stand and why they act a certain way. And we realized that we mostly relied on full team calls and used fewer one-on-ones. And we think that this would have been helpful, and we want to add it in next projects. Okay, let's move on to the conflict resolution. The conflicts in our team were not dramatic, but we had some main tensions, like finding, or two main tensions, finding common meeting times, and agreeing on how deep our analysis should go in the available time. And sometimes we focused on finishing, sometimes on adding more theory, and this wasn't always aligned. And we dealt with those difficulties in the meetings by talking openly and staying polite and being flexible with the availability, or try to be as flexible as possible. But we had no clear strategy. And next time we want to include a rule book that we raise the issues earlier and use the short one-to-ones talks for the sensitive topics, and then decide so the team can move on together.
Okay, I'm going to talk about task management. How did the team assign tasks and share accountability? I think that we focus on choose between the deadlines, the sentences that we needed to do, to divide the slides that we are going to present. And I think that it is a good manner of doing the task, but also that everyone had to do the same task and try to divide it. It can be a little bit difficult and can bring some issues. Were there any challenge in task delegation? And sometimes or deadlines, sometimes not knowing what to do, how to do it, who is gonna do it, who is gonna upload the video. Sometimes these issues can bring some problems and can be difficult for us. And what steps did the team take to manage workload and time effectively? Chasing for a meeting date, trying to overcome our schedules and putting a point in common. It can be difficult, and also having different opinions and putting them in common also. Okay, collaboration. What worked well? I think that we were a very positive and realistic group. Like we were in the same time. There was a good team climate. Everyone was so responsible about when we were going to meet, what were our deliveries, and what we had to do. And our different perspectives of the way to do it. It also was great because we gave and told our opinion and the feedback to the others. Where we fell short, I think that we were too descriptive and not analytic. We didn't fully use intercultural cultures because we were both everyone in European, and we focus more on this culture than in others, than in the case Japanese lead. And our recommendations were sometimes too generic and not, and we were not giving examples. And the key learning, it is about, it is better than summarize a case than to analyze it better to understanding, and not to summarize to only having the sentence, the lead sentence. And that was what our supervisor told us. Also, I think that personal learnings were better awareness of our communication style. What we told before, it was great about communicating with ourselves and our manners. That the realization that clarifying assumptions can be better than um, having only one sentence, and that the understanding that a nice collaboration is not as equal as having a good deep analysis. And the team learnings is that it had explicit structures, roles, timelines. We did it great. That we needed to give and receive feedback. Sometimes it can be critical, but can be fine. And that the use of AI and tools can be great to not substitute us as as human values, but to use them to analyze, to search different articles and different tools to use to help us.
In this global case study challenge, we had a chance to listen to keynote speakers and manager debrief, and they provided us valuable insights that helped us reflect on our teamwork and identify how we can improve. Um, One of the keynote speakers spoke about creativity and the correlation between time pressure and creativity, um, suggesting that limited time can actually improve creativity and push us to our own limits, and that it can push us to think more creatively. This relates to our own experience, in which we had very short timeline for presentation, which helped us stay focused, but also resulted in more descriptive rather than analytical outcome, as Alba said. And that was highlighted in our feedback also. Another keynote speaker focused on intercultural differences and language in virtual collaboration, reminding us how easily misunderstandings can happen if we were not careful. And we should this helped us realize that we should check more carefully that we all share the same understanding on the tasks, and uh, us individually and as a team. And manager debrief also reinforced the importance of regular and personal communication in remote teamwork. Um, Such as Yelena said, one-on-one check-ins. We didn't do that. We were mainly speaking like this as a team. And we like have to build trust and understand different working styles. We also discussed how successful global teamwork requires adaptability, intercultural awareness, and intentional strategies to recharge and maintain motivation when working online. These takeaways made us reflect on our own teamwork and our collaboration. And we learned that we have to be more structured, communicative, and analytical in future tasks and projects, and to turn challenges into opportunities, not into problems.
Thank you.
Thank you for
That's all.
listening.
Thank you. Goodbye.